Well, we knew this day was gonna happen. I just wasn't expecting it to happen so soon. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you like this video, you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Now, on this channel, I don't really focus on gaming news. I mostly focus on superhero news and superhero movies and comic books, but I am a big, massive gaming fan. I am wearing my Halo, that Halo Outpost Covenant shirt. I'm a massive gaming fan, have been ever since I was about 4. And we knew Gamestop was closing. We knew about it. We heard about them trying to rebrand and do different things, and they started laying off some of the higher management. Now news came today that they're closing 200 stores in Canada and US, and this pretty much signifies the end. This is pretty much the end. When you start hearing about stores closing, it isn't too long after that the company itself goes under. We've seen this with so many companies, whether it be Kmart, Sears, Toys R Us most recently, Blockbusters. Slowly, pieces of our childhood is dying away to make room for this new digital era. And that's just the way it is. A lot of people don't buy physical games anymore. People buy digital games. I am one of the people that are old school that still buys physical stuff. Do I buy digitally? Yes, occasionally I buy digitally. I own all the Final Fantasies on the Nintendo Switch digitally because there is no physical copies of them. Worlds of Final Fantasy, I did import a physical copy of. If I could get it physically somewhere else, I would try to always get physically. I do own some digital games on the PlayStation and Xbox One, but that's also because, hey, my disk drive and my PS4 stopped working, so instead of going to buy another $300 PlayStation 4, I'll just stick with my PlayStation Plus games, and if there's a game that really comes out that I want, like Spider-Man, I would go ahead and get it digitally. Features like Game Pass and EA All Access on the Xbox One really kind of prevents me from getting physical media on the Xbox One. I'd rather just sit there, play Gears 5 on day one on Game Pass, pay $15 a month, get Game Pass Ultimate, which is basically you're getting all the Xbox exclusives day one. You get EA All Access for just $20 a year. It has the entire EA library that I can play anytime I want. So features like this is really hurting GameStop. Now, I do still love collecting physical media. Almost everything on my Nintendo Switch is physical media, including this game, which is a GameStop exclusive, and that is Toki, the retro collection here. This was a GameStop exclusive. Now, if we have no GameStops, I can't get GameStop's exclusive. Ghostbusters, which is being remastered, which is coming out on all the consoles and Nintendo Switch, which I have pre-ordered, is also a GameStop exclusive. So I'm really sad about GameStop closing. I'm really sad about that. But GameStop, the way they sort of ran things was the wrong way. Back when GameStop first started, it used to be like EB and Rhino Games, and GameStop slowly started buying all these places. And Rhino and EB used to sell retro games like Zelda for Nintendo. And I remember buying Snake's Revenge and Metal Gear for the Nintendo at Rhino Games. And then when GameStop took over, they started going just modern games. And I think that really hurt the company in general because, like I said, a lot of people are going into this new digital age where there's still a lot of retro gaming collecting now is more popular now than ever with clone systems like the Hyperkin and other third-party clone consoles. People are really getting into retro games. Even I am starting to go back into retro games. I've been buying a few retro games for the past couple of weeks and playing through them, like Zelda and Shatterhand and Ninja Turtles and Final Fantasy. Like all these old retro games I'm playing through, and I'm having fun playing them. And I think with them killing off the retro market and focusing just on the new age, it wasn't going to work. And the biggest problem with GameStop was the fact there were so many locations. Within just a 30-minute drive around my place, there are 5 different GameStops. 2 of them are right across the street from one another. And not only that, if I were to go to Orlando in the Florida Mall, there are 2 GameStops in the same mall. To me, I just feel like that is stupid. You are paying rent to run the building. You're paying rent for that building. You're paying employees, you're paying electricity, you're doubling the budget when you could just do one store, and you could probably get more business than that. if you ran just that one store? Why is there a GameStop across the street from another GameStop? Why is there a GameStop in the same mall as a GameStop? I think these are some of the ones that are going to be getting closed, but I just feel like they just kind of mass-produced when the gaming market was really hot, like a few years ago, back with the Xbox 360, that the gaming market was really hot. It's still very popular today, but everybody's staying home and download digitally. I have friends that literally like, oh yeah, I just downloaded it. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go pick mine up on the midnight release, you know, and they're like, well, I'm just gonna stay home. Mine's already pre-downloaded. And I gotta admit, like games like Injustice 2, when it came out, I did that. My disk drive wasn't working. I wanted to play it on the PS4, so I was just, okay. I bought it like 2 weeks ahead of time, pre-downloaded it, and at midnight, I was able to play it. I still don't own Halo 5 physically. I own all the other Halo games physically. I still don't own Halo 5 physically because of Game Pass, because of this new digital age. Well, I think, and I'm sad that GameStop is closing. I really am. I go to GameStop at least once a week. Even if I don't buy anything, I like going in there, seeing what they got, seeing what kind of sales they got. I like trading stuff in to get different things. And most importantly, I like going to see the experience, to see games, to be able to hold physical games. And I don't want to see that go away. But I definitely think GameStop needs to kind of look back, shut some stores down, which they are doing, and just kind of rebrand. Go back to selling Nintendo, Super Nintendo games, Sega games. And I know a few of their stores are doing that, but you need to make it to where most of your stores are doing that. You need to make it to where you focus on the gamers. If you start bringing some gaming consoles out there, start selling some of these Hyperkin or clone consoles, start selling some more retro games and stuff to cater to gaming fans, and you might end up getting more of a boost of the hardcore gamers, probably gamers that you probably lost over the years. But to me, this is sad news. It really is. Another piece of my childhood going away. Even though I was well in my 20s when GameStop started coming around, it's still a part of, you know, my life that I really look back, and I really enjoy going to GameStop and picking up my Halo 3 Legendary Edition and all that stuff. And now I just look at like Toys R Us and Blockbusters, and now GameStop is right on that list. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about GameStop closing down 200 stores? Do you think this is in fact the end? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.